Hi there guys, my name is Jacob and welcome to my channel. Now in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about how much revenue my small YouTube channel managed to generate in 2025. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, stick around till later in the video to find out the exact figure. But just to start off, I'll give you, just a quick rundown of the history of my channel and, what got me up to this point. So I started YouTube in 2023 and it was a pretty steep learning curve because I've never filmed videos before. I've never been behind the camera. I've never been on camera, editing, all that type of stuff, complete learning process for me. So 2023, I did not manage to get monetized, but after about a year, I did achieve that. And for anyone who doesn't know, you need 1,000 subscribers and you need 4,000 watch hours on your channel to become monetized. And that just means that you then earn money from the ads that are being shown on your YouTube channel. So prior to being monetized, YouTube just takes all that ad revenue for themselves. But as soon as you are monetized, you then get a 55% cut of the ad revenue, and obviously YouTube takes the other 45%. So up to 2024, no ad revenue, but then from around July of 2024, that is when I first got monetized, and I had 6 months of ad revenue up to the end of 2024. That was kind of my first full year, and that actually earned me £214. Not a lot of money, let's be honest, but for something that is a bit of a hobby channel, something that I'd kind of do on the side just as a passion project, because let's not forget, I've got a full-time job. This is not something that I, do to support myself. It is very much just something I do on the side. I enjoy doing it and I intend to continue doing it. But yeah, I don't rely on this income. So it's not vastly important to me how much the channel makes, but it's still nice that it earns something, because obviously, there's time and effort put into making videos. It's nice to get something back for it. So of course, end of 2024, I'd earn around £214, something like that. So, I was on my way. So that leads me into 2025, and that is what this video is all about. So I started 2025 with 1,347 subscribers on the 1st of January 2025. And by the end of the year, I'd managed to gain 766, which left me on 2,113 subscribers for the year. So right now I'm a little above that because I've gained a few extra subscribers in the last couple of weeks. However, that is what I ended 2025 on. So I had a pretty good year, I would say. I didn't double my subscriber count, but I got pretty close. And ultimately, I broke through 2,000 subscribers, which that was a big milestone for me. As I mentioned, I'm a small YouTube channel. And when you break through certain milestones like 1,000 or 2,000, it feels huge, I'll be honest. I mean, I know a lot of channels out there have tens of thousands, some have hundreds of thousands, but you can't really think about that when you're a small YouTube channel. You just have to think, small and just keep it going day by day, month after month. And the subscribers do come and the views do come too, but you have to be patient. So for the year of 2025, I posted 32 videos across the year, which roughly averaged out to about 2.5 to 3 videos a month. To be honest, I wanted to post more, but when I'm working a full-time job, as I do, it can be difficult sometimes to find the time to prepare for a video and then film the video and edit it. Life simply just gets in the way sometimes. So I managed, nearly 3 videos a month. But going forward, I'm hoping to increase that a little bit. And that, of course, should help the overall revenue figure. But we'll get into that in a minute. So I posted 32 videos for the whole year. And those across the year, that meant I managed to get 85,000 views to my channel. And as I said, that is across a number of different videos, not just the videos that I posted in that year. So the 32 that I posted, I got obviously a proportion of views on. But of course, I posted videos before then. And those videos, amazingly enough, do still trickle in with, views. that do add to that total by quite a substantial amount. I've got one video that was one of the first videos I ever made on the channel, and it consistently gets views every month, which is pretty amazing, really. It just shows videos don't always just die after a certain period of time. Some of them just consistently bring in viewers. And you know, they're the type of videos you want on your channel, but knowing which video is going to do that is very difficult to predict. So as I said, 32 videos for the year, 85,000 views. So, you know, you might roughly, if you know how YouTube works, you might ultimately be thinking up a figure in your head, but I'll just leave you hanging just a little bit longer. So YouTube pays creators like myself per 1,000 views, and they call this CPM. So they just have a figure that, you know, advertisers pay per 1,000 views. And then, as I mentioned before, YouTube takes 45%, I get 55%. And I had a look down my videos for the year just to see what the range was for what I got paid per 1,000 views. And across a range of my videos, the lowest CPM that I got per 1,000 views was £9. So of course that means my share of that would be somewhere in the £4.60, £4.70 region, which isn't too bad. But of course the highest one I got was nearly £13. So then you're talking more like £6.50 per 1,000 views, which for my channel actually is really good. I have seen other YouTube channels do similar videos, and some actually get quite a lot less and some get a lot more. Ultimately, from what I've read and researched about, it does in fact come down to what topics and, you know, your videos and channel as a whole tend to cover. So finance topics tend to be very high paying, and then kind of the lifestyle type channels seem to pay quite a lot less. And then of course there's loads of genres in the middle that will pay varying amounts. But the rough averages for my channel seem to be anywhere between £9 and £12 per 1,000 views, which I guess I'm happy with. I'm not in control of that, but you know, it's not a bad figure. As I said, I've seen channels earn a lot less and I've seen channels earn a lot more. So I seem to be roughly in the middle. Now, there are, of course, various ways a YouTube channel can make revenue, can make money. And this is, of course, ad revenue from the videos. It can be memberships. It can be sponsorships. People often have links in their description boxes, Amazon affiliate links and affiliate links to you name it. There can be anything. You know, I've got a buy me a coffee link, which is basically like a tips jar for the channel. So if somebody likes the channel and wants to just, you know, give me a little tip just to say thank you, they can of course use that. Now, sadly, all the revenue from my channel just comes from ad revenue, but I don't think this is overly surprising because I'm a small YouTube channel. You're not really, as a small YouTuber, gonna get a lot of people paying for memberships to the channel, paying for super thanks, which is basically paying to leave a comment. Same as buy me a coffee. I have had a couple of people do that, but that is in, you know, over a couple of years of running this channel. Generally speaking, I don't get those type of tips. But ultimately, I think I had to think about it, and I think it probably comes down to a lot that I don't push these things in my videos. I hardly ever mention that there are links in my description boxes, you know, that I have a buy me a coffee or memberships or super thanks, anything like that. I tend to not mention it, and that ultimately is probably to my own downfall. And that is why 99% of all revenue that comes for this channel is through YouTube ad revenue. So, you know, that's the breakdown of my revenue. But, you know, if you would like to change that and you'd like to leave me, you know, a buy me a coffee tip or anything like that, then I would be incredibly grateful if you did. Right then, if you've hung around this long, then you deserve to know how much my channel made in 2025. So the total revenue for my channel was £370.17 for the whole of 2025. Now, I know what you're thinking. That is not a lot of money, especially for posting 32 videos across the year. But that is the nature, unfortunately, of running a small YouTube channel. You've got to remember, most of my videos probably get 1,000 or 2,000 views at most. Occasionally, I have a bit of a breakout video where it might get to 5 or 10,000 views. And actually, there are a couple of videos on my channel that have gone as high as 30, 40, 50,000 views. But they are an anomaly. They really don't happen all that often. And, you know, I'm not even sure why they've managed to reach that type of audience. But, you know, obviously I'm grateful they have. But I'm not in control of making that happen every time. But yeah, so £370 as a bit of a side income, you know, something I just do as a hobby, as a passion, I'm pretty happy with. Ultimately, I managed to beat the previous year, so that's a big success. And going forward, you know, I would ultimately like to, you know, in 2026, beat 370. Now, I actually set a goal for myself. I want to double that revenue this year. Now, that's going to be hard work. I'm going to need a lot more views, probably need a lot more subscribers. I'm going to need to be more consistent with making videos. As I mentioned previously in the video, I've averaged about 2 to 3 videos per month for 2025. I think I'm going to need to up that. And as I said, just be more consistent so people kind of know when to expect my videos. And, you know, that is going to mean me being more committed to the channel. And I already do think I am committed to the channel. But as I said, doing it with a full-time job can be difficult. And if you're watching this and you have a full-time job and a YouTube channel, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, what does this mean for the channel going forward? Well, for me, really nothing is going to change. This doesn't leave me demoralised and thinking, oh, I only earned 300 quid. You know, £370 to me is a sign of success. It's a sign I'm doing something right, because I actually had a look when I was researching for this video, and only 8 to 9% of all YouTube channels are monetized. So I am already in a very small minority of people who ever start a YouTube channel that actually end up being monetized. And, you know, I think that in itself is a massive success. So to now build on that and actually start generating income consistently, you know, this is now my second year where I've managed to earn a few £100s from YouTube. I already think that's a big success. So if I can continue to build on that, continue to grow the revenue, the subscriber count, the viewership, I will class that as a big win for 2026. But guys, what do you think? Would you make 32 videos in a year for 370 quid? Let me know down in the comments of this video, and let me know anything else you'd like to know. If there's any questions you'd like to ask, any topics you'd like me to discuss in 2026, let me know down in the comments below. If you made it this far, guys, thank you for watching. As always, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and guys, I will catch you in the next one.